It's been a very busy week here in London, as you can imagine, covering that court case with the former royal known as Prince Harry. His first time in front of a legal court, and many people say not perhaps his very best performance. A couple of things, though, that we wanted to clear up with you here, as ever, first and exclusive on this channel. So without further ado, let's get going. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. Hope you're all well. Yes, let's have a wave today. By the way, I don't know if you saw this in the paper. I wanted to share this with you. It was all about sort of things that people like, not expensive things, but it's kind of like things that you like to receive that put you in a better mood. And number one, apparently, was the first act. You like a kindness act, somebody opening the door for you, or you're receiving a parcel unexpectedly, maybe a birthday card, things like that. Are you like that? Yeah. The one that really shocked me actually was number 16, the first cup of tea of the day. I know, I would have thought that would have been number one, wouldn't you? I love that first cup of tea, but you can never make the second cup the same. I know, it's the same, isn't it? You're a coffee person. You prefer a coffee first thing. Yeah, what you're off to make one now? You're not. Get sat down. We've just got started. How dare you? Seriously, back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. Big story, really, when you think about it here in London this week. Lots and lots of attention for many of the wrong or right reasons, whichever way you look at it. Prince Harry took to the stand seemingly with an empty box, whatever he hoped to achieve. Seemingly, it wasn't necessarily the thing that he set out to do. I think his biggest mistake, in my opinion, I referenced this, I think, in the rundown, was, when at the end of it, he said, well, it would be an injustice if this case, he didn't win it. It's not about injustice, it's about facts, hard evidence. The bottom line is you didn't really prove any of these particular facts and figures. But it was interesting in itself because we learned two things, really. That Prince Harry still very much loves to be associated with the British monarchy, noting that His Royal Highness Prince Harry, and not just Harry as he likes to be called or claiming to be called, etc. But what was also interesting was the fact that both of the King's Council, both went on the attack, really. I couldn't work out who was actually on Harry's side in the end. But there was one specific moment that Harry had requested that both of, the councils at some point had to ask him. And it was an interesting take. Now, the other thing we have to clear up is this ridiculous story that's been circulating around about hidden microphones and earpieces in the court. Let me tell you, that is just complete fallacy. What you're looking at there is a rift in the shirt. It's no more than that. You're not allowed an earpiece. You're not allowed to take your phone in. Everything is confiscated, naturally so. The only electronical equipment is that of the court microphones and, of course, the recording of said conversations. Nothing else. I mean, I don't know where these people come up with these ridiculous plots and schemes. It's no wonder people don't take certain things seriously. But the biggest issue really was this. The bottom line was simply this. When Harry was asked at the very end of the point, what point did you see or what were your thoughts about actually instructing this hacking case? He very, very clearly stated that he was doing this for the protection of his wife, Meghan Markle. Now, that is really interesting because that was the question that he definitely wanted put out there in the public domain. And I would surmise that this was his love letter back to his wife, who couldn't be fagged to come over here and support him back in California to say, I'm doing this for you. You see, the other side of it was he didn't think about it until he'd bumped into expensive lawyers. So that was interesting in itself. But for all of those people that are saying that, Meghan rules the roost, clearly she does. But the other side of the coin is simply this. Harry is willing to go along with it and will say anything in public, including his latest declaration of love after 5 years of marriage, as to the reason why he led himself into this lion's den of a mess, which seemingly, if he does win, will create a lot of injustice for a lot of people because there was no evidence. But for Meghan Markle, what it really does say is simply this. She's definitely still got very much Harry on side after 5 years of marriage. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.